What's up, everyone? I'm your spiritual gardener, here to plant seeds of consciousness in your garden. It's just your job to water them. And today we have got Venus moved into Leo, and at the same time Mercury moved into Libra. So this is a big day. These two signs are very similar in the fact that they're flashy and have a love for affection. And, there are going to be some good aspects here with these two planets. So, being in the sign of Cancer, which it just moved out of, it doesn't dislike being in Cancer, but in Cancer, it's a lot more emotional. Cancer is a water sign, and, the emotions run very deep. If you had a crazy day yesterday emotionally, that's because it was at the last degree of Cancer. So the beginning degree and last degree of any sign are felt a lot more intense. So I would not be surprised if you're feeling quite different today. When Venus moves into Leo, we're a lot more affectionate. We're a lot more generous. And, Venus involves loved ones, personal relationships, and relationships in general. So, there's definitely going to be this giving aspect that is a lot more prominent throughout this whole month. Leo does have a neediness as well. Similar signs are next to each other, and it is next to Cancer. But its neediness is more so on the level of, it's going to give what it wants to get. So they're very generous. They're very giving when you do have Venus in Leo, and, it just expects the same in return. It expects that affection. We make great self-sacrifices when Venus is in Leo. But in return, we do want that devotion from the other person. So, like I said, it's not just, just the neediness in general. We are giving, but we're needing it back as well. We like to show off in love when Venus is in Leo. So this is really the best place that we've had Venus all year. It wasn't really in any happy signs this entire year, and then it did a retrograde in a Gemini, during this whole pandemic, whatever, so it hasn't been happy. Venus has not been in the best of spirits, so relationships have been kind of rocky. So this is a big sprucer up, okay? It does add a lot more playfulness too. A lot more playfulness and innocence into any relationship. So this will be the lighter mood that we're going to carry on for the next month. We will have some squares with Mercury and such later. I'll get to explaining when it comes time. But let's focus on this good energy while we have it. You know what I mean? So we've got a couple weeks of this. So let's harness it. Now, Mercury is in the sign of Libra. And it just moved out of Virgo, and in Virgo, it's very analytical. It's very precise. It uses its brain crazily. It's it's the thinker, and that's where Mercury does belong, is in Gemini, and its old ruler is Virgo. So now moving into Libra, Mercury rules our thoughts, our communication, and being in Libra, it makes us want to weigh out the pros and cons a little bit more. And that's what Libra is. It's a balancing scale. So, that's where our thoughts are going to be a lot more focused on what's right and what's wrong. And, just wants things to be in balance, and that's how they should be. And with Mercury, though, in Libra, it does give us a more, friendly, gentle, sympathetic attitude. So, all around. So making a good aspect also with Venus, it's completely harmonious. They both just want to be happy. They both just want to make each other happy. So, our communication, our thoughts, and our love, relationships are in a good connection right now. So we have to embrace it while we can, okay? Now, Libra's an air sign, and, with Mercury now here, we have so much creativity and intellectual work that's added to our relationships, because the natural ruler of Libra is Venus. So making a good aspect over to Venus, it's intensifying this. So, anything intellectual and creative in our relationship is really going to be stimulating right now. So make sure that's something that you guys are involving yourselves in, and go the extra mile, do the extra bit for your loved one right now. It's really what this energy is calling for. So the harmony of these two signs making a good aspect right now is gonna help bring so much understanding and communication with loved ones and just friends in general, which has been much needed. You know, we've all kind of been a little down and out, as you know, for short terms, but yeah, it's we need this energy right now. So this is something opposed to the rest of the chart that is amazing. You know, Mercury, it can be like a pushover in Libra a little bit. So we want to make sure that we do have our boundaries. And, you know, Libras do have a hard time. They kind of go with the flow and they kind of don't speak up for themselves all the time, depending on, you know, where their placements are in their chart with every other sign. But right now, Mercury is going to be making a trine over to Saturn. And Saturn is the rule maker. And, you know, it teaches us lessons. So this is going to help bring us boundaries. So we are going to be able to have boundaries at this time with Mercury making a nice trine over to Saturn. And then the nice sextile over to Venus. So this is a perfect time to settle affairs and really just try to get the spark going again. You know, it's been there dwindling, but it's time to make that thing roar, okay? Now, the other energy, the flip side of this coin, okay, is that we have Mars on top of the dark moon still. And like I said, Mars is our warrior spirit. It's our fighting spirit. It's our desire, our passion. And it's on top of the dark moon Lilith. And what that does is it brings a lot of woundedness to us. So we don't really feel like we have that, you know, strength and ability so much. And the problem here is it's going to be making a square over to Venus at this time as well. So if we're not able to flow with this positive energy that we have with Mercury and Venus, then we're definitely going to see strains on our relationships. And, you know, it's going to feel like we're completely disconnected, and it's one of the other. You're going to, you know, if you're harnessing the good qualities, it's going to be rainbows and butterflies. If you're sinking into that Mars energy and you're, you know, you and your partner are having quarrels and whatnot, then, you know, it might not be the best of person for you in general. You know, there's going to be a lot of cutting ties with relationships right now too. So that's another big theme at this time. You know, it can bring up arguments if we're really just like unable to communicate our feelings. So that's what this, you know, Venus with Neptune, or Venus with Mercury, sorry, is trying to help us do, is help us communicate our feelings and be in sync with our love and our relationships. But if we're not able to do that, then we're going to see it. It's going to be very clear. It's either going to be harmonious or it's going to be disharmonious. So stay in the flow of the good energy, the good mojo, okay? You know, the dark moon on Mars, it makes a lot of sensitivities come out. So if we're, like I said, if we're not able to really communicate these things, then, you know, we're going to know. We're going to know if it's right or not. That's the gist of it. The other thing too, if you're not in a relationship, if you don't have a partner, you know, that doesn't matter. This does apply to friendships as well. But when when Venus is in Leo, this helps us be extremely courageous and bold. So this is the time that you want to express your feelings to that person that you've been scared to talk to. You know, it's really the time to take risks in love. It really, really is. I know, you know, there's a lot of restrictions and whatnot, but communication, okay? So this is the time to be bold with your communication and tell that person you like them. Tell that person they have a nice outfit on if you see them out. You know, tell them that they smell good. You know, they love, that's all Venus and Leo represents. They love that affection and that attention, and it is only going to bring you positive results. Guarantee you. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Be bold. Make that extra move. And then let me know the outcome, because you're gonna be shocked. I'm telling you. When you step out of that fear zone that Leo does, when they can step out of that fear zone and lead with their heart, because Leo does, you know, rule the heart. And with this good aspect of Mercury for communication, I mean, the possibilities are endless right now. So it's really up to you. You know, you can either live in the fear and feel disabled and, you know, stuck with our old wounds and, you know, Or we can do the flip side, and you can be bold and you can say what you want to say, because this is the perfect time. All right, and we do have, you know, some crazy energy coming up with Mars going retrograde on September 9th. But I'm going to talk about that September 9th, okay? So let's stay in this positive flow and let's really embrace this good energy, because we need it. We really, really need this. I'll talk about that when it comes time, okay? And right now I'm going to use my crystal deck of cards. And if you're familiar with gemstones, you know, I wrap stones, but big old massive selenite here. They each have different purpose and energy and whatnot. I've got my book here, though. I don't know them all by heart, so let's see. What advice can you give us for the collective to stay in this great energy with Venus and Mercury, and to stay away from any of this negative energy that's coming up with Mars? I'm going to flip right out. All right. Mookite Jasper. Now, I've got one of these, but I don't know the meaning. Let's see here. Number 3. All right, so Mookite Jasper is the dream time. See that? Dream time. Mookite Jasper balances inner and outer experiences. It encourages versatility and openness to new experiences, helping you to choose the right path. That's all about the boldness with Leo. A powerful being, you have roots that go far back into the past. What you dreamed, you created. Reap rewards or rectify imbalances. Turn failure into a learning experience and start again. Remember to offer friendship to assist others who tread the same path. Your instinctive wisdom inspires them. Check your diet. Put your skills to use vigorously. Adventurous times lie ahead. Worry not. You are protected against deceit and enemies. Recognize your strengths. Stay positive and pragmatic. Reject unrealistic ideas. Avoid pride and despair. You have stamina. Wait patiently. If 2 courses of action are open, go for the straightforward one. A professional challenge, such as a job interview or presentation, is successful. All right, and healing insight is you are what you eat. Good nutrition with wholesome organic food sustains your well-being. And it literally is the represents Leo. How cool. See what I mean? So this is telling us to be bold. And that's it. Be bold and don't be scared. Anything of fear is lower energy. Fear is the opposite of love. Straight up. Stay in that Leo heart. Push that fear away. This is the best time right now to move forward with any relationships. I love you guys. I'll be back later to talk about that Mars retrograde. Until then.